All right, man, let's talk about the Lions running back situation. How important is it? And I think it's important, more important than some of the defensive needs that they need, and that makes some sense. And like I said before, a good running back, you need explosive plays. That's what you need. You need explosive plays. And you need somebody that can keep moving the chain. So that's important. And is it important enough to draft in the first round? And that's the question. Or do you get to a situation? I think, Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall, if my memory serves me correctly, they were second rounders. So I mean, that's the question. That's the question they gonna have to have. But I do think it's higher on the priority list than drafting a cornerback if you're gonna keep Jeff Okudah. I do. But then again, the talent got to be there. If I got Christian Gonzalez and he up here on my board, and I got Breece Hall, I mean not Breece Hall, but Bijan Robinson, and he here on my board, hell no, I'm gonna go with the best available. Now if they both here, you be like, well, what are you looking to do next year? Where's the need at? The need is at running back. And you hear St. Brown say, well, yeah, I want to keep DeAndre Swift. What you expect? How Rory Sports talk about that the other day. What you expect? He not gonna go against the grain on his teammate, bro. The fact of the matter is, you can't keep waiting on DeAndre Swift to be healthy. He got injured, week 2 this year? Everybody fall in love with the flashes here and then. He don't even run with enough authority. You can't depend on him, bro. You can make a case in which they can clear out the whole backfield and start over. You can make a case. I'm not saying that's what they should do, but you can make a case for that to be the next move. You can. A lot of people say, oh, hell no, see, you could. You talk about, Tony Pollard could be available. Yeah, it'd be right up Brad Holmes' alley to pay an injured player coming off a broken leg. It'd be right up his fucking alley. But, the Bijan Robinson kid, I'm just looking, I haven't looked at the whole tape, but just looking, he looks to be one of the most talented guys in the draft. Just off talent and foot speed. Like I said, I love Zach Charbonnet. I ain't watched him since he been at UCLA, but what he was doing at Michigan in a pro-style offense, I don't know why he left. I forget why he left, but shit, I'll take some Zach Charbonnet in the 3rd or 4th round. Shit, if I want to, I'll take both. But you can make a case where they can start this whole thing over with. Would I pay Tony Pollard? It's a broken leg. Yeah. I pay Tony Pollard. I bring Justin Jackson back, pay Tony Pollard. The market ain't that robust. If I did take a free agent, I pay Tony Pollard. And I still draft a guy like Bijan Robinson or Zach Charbonnet somewhere later in the draft. And would you bring back DeAndre Swift? Why not? Why not? But the minute you start to reform that backfield is the minute DeAndre Swift is going to arrive. I bet you all the tea in China. The minute you start building your contingency plan on that backfield, DeAndre Swift gonna take off. If he don't take off somewhere else, I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going. But I wouldn't be mad at it. Wouldn't be mad if they said, well, Jamal Williams, Tony Pollard, Bijan Robinson, or some combination in that. But the running back position is important, dude. Look at what Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine did for Cincinnati. That was the difference between the Buffalo and Cincinnati. That was the difference. That was the difference. That's what a lot of people was missing. That you playing outdoors. One thing about football is 3 things you need to do. I say this all the time. You need to be able to run the ball, stop the run, get after the passer. If you have those 3 things, now you're gonna be in a great position. And that's before we get to talking about the quarterback and all that. Them the 3 basic things you need to do to be a successful football team. Yeah, them the 3 things you need to do to be a successful football team, or the basics. And like I said, they got a number one, but me, going out there spending on Saquon Barkley, somebody like that, absolutely not. No, I wouldn't do that. Mm-mm. If I'm gonna get a free agent, be somebody like Tony Pollard, even without the injury. Somebody that's gonna get a nice payday but not gonna break the bank. Somebody that can give me explosive plays and can assist the backfield. But they could recreate that backfield. But just seeing but just knowing, like, they literally could get Zach Charbonnet, pick up a Tony Pollard, and they can keep everything else intact. Or they can move on from one of those guys. But waiting on DeAndre Swift, you done waited long enough. It's time to do something else. But one thing you want at that position, you want some durability, though. You want some durability. And when you play that position, you got to be durable. So I'm not sure about Bijan Robinson's durability. I seen Zach Charbonnet as a freshman carry the Michigan offense on his back as a freshman. So we know he big, he can take the load, he can run, he fast. I know that Chip Kelly offense, that probably wasn't best suited for a skill set neither. What the Lions like to do is, they like to play pro style running game, and I think that's what Zach Charbonnet fit perfectly. But I seen from a little bit of the Bijan Robinson kid it seemed like he could do everything, but you just like his ability, his change of direction and his explosiveness. That's what you like about him. He can, he kind of give you the Amir Abdullah vibes with his lateral quickness. But he a much bigger man and much faster in a straight line. He's a much bigger man and much faster in a straight line. The way he able to get in out of holes and stuff of that nature. Yeah, he a different type. He got a different type of footwork. He got a different blend. He look like he pretty big too. I think he might be closer to what the college schematics say he is. But yeah, he a first round talent. I said the same thing about Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall. They can diminish running backs all they want to. But when Kenneth Walker was playing, the Seattle Seahawks defense was totally different. When he wasn't playing, and him and Rashad Penny wasn't playing, that offense struggled. Same thing when Zach Wilson lost Breece Hall. It was a wrap. That whole offense struggled. Daniel Jones, one of the reasons he was good this year, he had a healthy Saquon Barkley. The reason Cincinnati, and Kansas City being in the NFC Championship game, and Buffalo ain't meeting either one of them there in Atlanta, or meeting, Kansas City and Atlanta at the neutral site field, is because they don't run the ball. Kansas City found Pacheco, and he run hard, and they found a nice little balance with him and Jared McKinney. He had a gruesome leg injury. I think it was with Minnesota some years back. He looking good, better than ever. If you talking about I play outside, I gotta go outside, or I gotta travel to opponent's field, and you can't hand the ball off consistently, you're not gonna win. And that's the one thing I like that Ben Johnson doing. I like to see them getting a better run rhythm. But I think once they figure out that right guard position, they'll be better for with another year under their belt playing together. But yeah, the running back position is more important than some of them defensive needs, bro, because it's going to keep the defense fresh. It's going to help the defense play with the lead. But the qualities that you're looking for is durable running back. Just because Tony Pollard broke his leg, that don't not mean he not durable. Shit happened. I remember Jeff Garcia broke his fibula in Detroit. He came back the same season, so shit happened. But for the most part, he done well this year. And it won't be like he'll be leading the backfield by himself. But if you say, well, what would you do in the backfield? I had to do some more scouting. But if it was me, I probably would move on from DeAndre Swift. I ain't seen enough. He seemed like a nice kid, but I move on. I bring back Jamal Williams. I bring back Justin Jackson. I'm drafting a running back. As of right now, I haven't seen enough of Bijan Robinson to know enough. But right now, I've seen enough of Zach Charbonnet in Michigan. I'll probably take Zach Charbonnet, and I'll take a look at Tony Pollard too. I'll probably say, you know what? I'll probably go Charbonnet, Tony Pollard, Jamal Williams. Them the three I roll with, and Justin Jackson. Because I like what Tony Pollard bring, and it's from a straight speed dimension. And I'll let him work it out. I'm not gonna pay Jamal Williams a ton of money. I'm not gonna pay Tony Pollard a ton of money. He gonna get good money, you know. But you know, I'm not gonna pay Zach Charbonnet a lot of money. He'd be a third, fourth round draft pick, and I let them work it out. But I like a lot of Charbonnet. But if I learn more about Bijan Robinson and I see what he's doing and it keep lining up to what I see, I'll probably say Jamal Williams, Bijan Robinson, DeAndre Swift, Justin Jackson is the 4 I'm rolling with next year. But if it's not them, it's Zach Charbonnet, third, fourth round, Tony Pollard. I move on from Jamal Williams and that. I go with Tony Pollard, Zach Charbonnet, Justin Jackson, and Craig Reynolds or something like that. So yeah, but it's important. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Like I said, hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.